just to differ kidogo. But it's related to what you're saying. The problem is the knowledge gap. The person buying does not understand the health impact of that whole. What is the problem? I don't see the problem. So unless somebody comes and tells me the problem is where I will know. Or maybe the person is used to even a worse situation, slaughtering at home and just dividing without even a vet coming around. So if I get one from the butchery, I'm safe.
Yeah, sure.
Well, this is my friend selling it. I know this person, so I don't care.
Oh, friends.
Yeah, so it's the
knowledge.
It's the knowledge gap.
Because the jacket is surfing.
The knowledge gap.
Then you get sick and know that how the first thing that comes, you can't even kiss kid. Kid, I will not do Then you get sick in the process.
I was asking the other day, I was training a certain group. It was on food hygiene. And then I asked people how many of us do wash oranges or apples before we take. Everybody raised their hand. But how many of us do wash bananas? None of us. Then how do we handle bananas? Have it peel. I've removed the outer part. Then then you break it.
Children tell me, you are injured your chafu. You are done.
But then how do you break it like this? But then where were these ants removing the outer side, which is dirty? So you're transferring your own problem into your own and then continuing it. So we don't look at those things. Or even my eye at home, the same spoon you're using, you hit the head, the my eye. And then the same spoon is the one you're using to make the. But where does this hen lay eggs? Does it lay in bed? No, it lays probably on its own droppings. Full of salmonella. Then you come with that egg, you don't even wash it. Use the same spoon. Take the same spoon inside again and then
take E. coli of the head, just eating it back. Take it in and then say, I'm sick, then come back.
Then the worst part is when your stomach has a problem, you don't blame the banana or the egg. You're now starting thinking, why did I eat beans? I don't know what beans did to people. You're back to beans. Or I drank that
Sarah. Maybe you will use your and you'll be very good at that person.
No, but it is you actually. So I think that knowledge gap also has to be evident. It's the same principle. Knowledge gap. People need to know.
People need to also accept that you also have a role to play in the product being safe. Not just to you, but to other people. That gap in that policy, that will only come into effect when we allow who and how can handle food. Even if you are a food vendor, you should be not a milk vendor in this case. You should have the ability to explain to customers how to handle the milk. Because if you don't tell them, they will get sick, they will incur medical bills, they will not tell you, they will avoid buying from you next time. Then you think the economy is bad. But maybe it was a good product, but how their customer handled it, they made a bitter decision. So I think people need to accept that everyone has a critical role, no matter the value chain that you are doing. Even if it is at farm level, make sure you make customers understand what exactly you are doing.
I agree with you. You see, the fact that I've handled a number of systems, there's something I admire about the health and safety system, that the food safety system drops out. Health and safety systems encourages people to have toolbox talks about safety. We are going to handle this machine, but before we handle this machine, can we talk of the right PPE to use? Can we talk of any safety risks that are associated with it? But when you go to the food safety system side, it does not allow us as workers to discuss how can we avoid contaminating this product for like 5 minutes before we start working on the product.
Oh, you're not allowed?
People don't talk about it. No, it's not like it's not allowed. It's a silent thing, but people don't borrow it.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? So sometimes I always feel, I don't want to touch on that, but I know they'll come again.
That's you.
The check people. You see, everybody, they just assume because you did food science, you got yourself into a quality department, you're a quality assurance manager, you are automatically a check person. Do you really understand the health and safety side impacts? And if you're handling the health and safety side, do you think about the safety of the employees, or does it trickle down to your consumers as well? So that's why I was saying the responsibility of keeping products safe on the plate is a responsibility of everyone in the long supply chain, from the farm all the way to the consumer. It is our own responsibility. You cannot have it on one side and leave it on one side. It cannot work.
You usually say food safety is everyone's business.
It is.
Yes.
A responsibility.
Responsibility.
I would support see the way medical field, they don't speak the same language, but they understand the language. What do I mean? Every doctor or every pharmacist, whichever level, they know the repercussions of their actions towards other people.
Yes.
And it is a close. If that doctor tells you that, there is no difference because of how the other doctor will tell you. I think in our industry, we need people to understand, not just as scientists, but other people to understand the reasons we do the things we do. Yeah. I think it become out clear that everyone that we avoid this hearsay. When we come out more clear, people will stop judging us and spreading false information about us. Yeah, we stop taking. You know, the other day I told someone, when I was graduating, my neighbor told me, "You go now to cook in hotels in Dubai." Yeah, that was my Bible.
I don't think there's any food scientist who hasn't had that.
Yeah, so I'm
got
saying,
tired of explaining to people what I do.
so no, see now, that is the same. That is the same principle of therapy. People don't know what actually happens to products. So we just go and cook things, mix up things here and there, then you bring them some funny colors. They don't know there's actually a very deep science that happens before your product reaches you. So that misconception will be only done when you bring more knowledge out.
Exactly.
Yeah, more knowledge.
And I'm glad with this episode they'll be a step closer to being more informed.
Yes.
But I think you actually need to hold a podcast between a food company CEO somewhere and an actual QC in that same company.
Can I
There's a very
have a very big test.
There's a very big
A
gap in that
QC
thing.
and a CEO. If you're
Have
willing
the
to
two
be
of them
on
on a
this,
podcast.
call me.
Have them
Email
on a
me.
podcast because a QC will always try to fight to have the safe product. But that CEO is focused on what is the return of
The commercial side of it.
what is the return of employing you, what is the return of whatever you have. So a QC rejects milk, the next day they'll be fired. But they'll be
Actually, a
asked
post
why
I
we don't
saw,
have
was it
materials.
today? I said today on LinkedIn.
I saw my friend get fined for that.
Yeah.
They think the milk was bad, there is antibiotics. They were told it was their fault. The milk
That
was
the demand was not met.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? That is not
The same principle. You allow the milk to go through, then there's a massive recall. That QC is in trouble as well. So how do you expect
mind
them to be fair?
you, around the system, the QC is expected on the scientists to run a multi-chain from raw materials to the end, and people expect that person to be perfect.
Yeah.
You see,
There's lack
we
of
have
support.
to bridge the expectations and bring intentions.
Yeah, that's a very personal topic to me. I think someday I need to sit down on a hill and talk about it. But it's a
I'm in a culprit of product recall.
You know, I'm hearing you guys talk and I'm like, where?
What's up,
Kazi.
Kazi.
Like, there's this, is it a podcast, CG and TV? I don't know where. Fix the nation or what?
Yes, I love them.
It's like you have to fix the industry.
I had even another guy the other day. I had someone.
You have to fix the industry because
I had someone
many
talk about
people are
fructification like this. It's about mixing things up. I was like, wait, we have a lot.
There's a lot of things too. I think the science behind food is a simple thing,
Yeah.
but a lot of people don't really understand what it is. People don't understand. When you talk of production of some food products, there's a lot of things that are involved, right from the production aspect of it,
Yeah.
there's the system aspect of it, there's the cultural aspect of it, and then there's the marketing and the owners part of it as well. There's also even the consumption part of it. People, there's just a lot of products we find them. For instance, spices. We use spices anyhow. You just want to pour it anywhere, as long as your food tastes. But you don't know, do you use it on the right product? Are you using it on the wrong product? We're just eating.
We will discuss that in another episode.
It's a big
In
topic.
another
Because it is
episode.
the white gold.
Yes, today is white goat. Oh, white
Yes,
poison. Actually, I wanted you to tell that vendor out there, the milk vendor in the informal market, because you know, most of the times we just end up like tunawaka shifu tu.
Don't give them
But
solutions.
we don't give them solutions. Yes. But it's like almost like 80% of our economy is run by the informal market. Yes. So, what would you tell this vendor out there who is selling milk that would make them vend better? What should they do? What should they stop doing?
I think, okay. Maybe in Naishi, I have seen some supplying with cans.
Cans.
That would be.
They It's the main form of transport in this country.
Guys,
Yes.
in your show, if you're handling milk, number one, ensure that you observe hygiene. What do I mean? Vyombo zako zote za maziwa ziko safi. Penye unaendea maziwa, make sure you understand penye farmer aliharvestia maziwa na aliiweka aje. Simaanishi lazima umuulize kila kitu, but make sure penye time amechukua maziwa na penye amechukua hiyo timeline iko short. Si maziwa ya jana ukam kuchukua leo, then uende uuze, itaharibika na kuwa disappointed.
What is the right timeline between your milking and then collection?
Is it, we're talking about raw milk?
Yes, the raw milk that's going to be vended by the
if you don't have a cooling system, or you don't have a good system to keep this milk safe, you should go straight to the factory and see.
So I should take it straight to the market.
Yeah, should not sleep within that house. Should not be more than 12 hours before you take it. But if you have a cooling system that you can actually keep this milk safe, then maybe you can extend for a period of 12 hours or 24 hours.
Na kama ni harvest kitambo, I would mahali kwa fridge kama sio.
Keep it safe.
Keep it safe. Ukiendelea maziwa kwa mkulima, itakuwa bisha cool down. That means the activity ya bacteria, microorganisms itakuwa chini. So kuchukua kwenda kuuza, ita stay for an extended period of time. So mwenye atenda kuchukua, the final consumer, the customer, ataweza kupata kitu safi. Na akitumia haitakuwa na madhara yoyote. So number one, ningerudia ni hygiene. Yako wewe mwenyewe as a vendor. Vitu zako, the funnel, the buckets, your dust coats, you are care covered very well.
So cover nywele.
Cover tu nywele vizuri. Yeah, you are here. You goes when you are una sweat because when you sometimes uko sani, una sweat kwa nini kwa maziwa. Yeah, so hygiene is very important. Pia mkulima mwenye hamua kuwe na hygiene nzuri. Time period ya ku harvest maziwa na kwenda kuchukua ikuwe short. The short itakuwa, the maziwa itakuwa better. Yeah.
Na kuweka pale kwa jua venye wanahanga kwa jua.
Make sure by the way, thank you for that. Please make sure pia haiko exposed kwa mahali kuna right sana. Kwa kivuli, because the more kwa right inamaanisha hiyo maziwa bado itakuwa na period short ya kukaa. Yeah.
So the metal container, is it better than this to plastic?
The metal iko poa kuliko plastic. Hata hiyo ndio best bad.
It's the best.
Na uchukua na metal container iko baridi.
Not metal, stainless steel.
Stainless steel, guys.
Yeah.
My God.
Not the best one.
Na ukichukua hiyo pia itakusaidia that hata ikiwa baridi ita maintain hiyo baridi. Yeah. Lakini ukichukua plastic, juu ina nini haraka sana.
Basically, when you're explaining about why you need to put your milk in a fridge, people need to understand microorganisms, they're just like people. And there are factors that affect their growth. So things like temperature is a very key one. So if you keep them, if you're in a warm place, you tend to realize things in warmer places do grow faster and bigger than things in a colder place. Temperatures do affect. If you go too high, like processing now the pasteurization, you kill the microorganism. But if you go too low, then you kind of inactivate them. Unazifanya zina, their metabolism reactions of the fat, their rates of doing those things are equal slow. So they don't multiply faster, they don't spoil the milk faster. You keep them safer. So that is why it is important to keep raw milk under low temperatures. Remember, milk is a whole meal, and microorganisms also depend on this milk to grow. So if you expose them to higher temperatures, then they multiply very fast. So that's why you need to keep them under low temperatures. If you're not taking them to the extreme temperatures to kill them.
Okay, nice. So I know we've advised them, but now, you as Manasses, you as Amos, if there were just 3 things that you would change in the informal milk market, what would they be?
Do you want to start with me? Right. I think, for me, the informal market, one thing I would want to change mainly is the knowledge gap. People need to understand why they're doing things and why they're supposed to do them. When I talk of people, it's not about the seller or the vendor. I mean the vendor plus the consumer. The two of us, before we agree that I'm buying from you and you're selling to me, we need to understand what needs to be done and in the right way. I think one thing I would also want to see is a proper tracking system. I know where I buy my milk from, that is from the farmer, and I know who do I sell my milk to. In that, in case there's a problem in between this milk, I can easily trace it back to the farmer. Then we can solve the problem at the source before next time it goes to the consumer. Those are the major things that I think I would want to really change in that system.
In addition, I would say policy alignment. Let people understand their consequences. They don't just dump it into the market. I would say, sorry to say this, tuko na hiyo kuenzi watu wataka kuomoka kutoka broke. Hatukatai toke broke. Everyone wants the same. But kutoka broke, make sure you're doing it the right way. Don't have to cheat your way out. Anamaanisha mkulima anapatia kitu safi. Ukakuja ukafanya madawa zako, ukadunga dawa, kai siku 3. Mkaongezea kaunga ili profit iwe juu kidogo. So with such things, I think kuwa na more stringent rules. Ndio watu wakimisbehave, unajua maybe. Unaona kwenye tunasema drivers ukimisbehave kwa barabara license yako inakuwa cancelled. Like right now the guy who used to drive in front of a truck, ndio kupitia pedestrian. Sasa hivi ukiwa license, the same policy apply. Aura for aura. If you do something that is wrong or perceived as wrong in that chain of value addition, you also strip the license. Yeah.
But
because acha niseme kitu malizia.
Kabla nikuulize swali.
See the way county government unapenda license hata kwa whole informal sectors. Kama unauza kashop kadogo, unasema kwa license. Watu wapewe licenses. Yeah. Because if you are found doing anything contrary to that license, inakuwa revoked. That will make people know. Yeah. Ni kweli, wenye wataka kuninyonga ni wenye wataki huko.
But I don't think this country has failed when it comes to policies. We are failing in enforcement.
Exactly.
It's like any other sector. We are failing in enforcement.
Actually, I agree with you. We don't need more laws.
We need enforcement. Yeah, because talk of things like even if, let's say people say, I'll go with the most common one that you can't do without a license, the alcohol. You're selling alcohol. But then how do people get the licenses? Easily, I just go through the back door, get them, no inspections done, no nothing done. You understand? Then we'll now come and kill people with news. How did we find something wrong in the market? Yeah, so it's the same principle with milk. We have enough policies. I think the other day I was on the KD, what do you call it, the Kenya Dairy Board website and the other things. There's a number of policies, there's a number of trainings, there's a number of inspections that are needed, both from the food scientists and the veterinaries that we have. It's all joint. But then when you come to the ground, at the farmer, the enforcement is nowhere. They don't even know the board exists.
Wow.
That is the funny part.
And if you tell them, they tell you they don't want to.
They don't even know if it's there. So I think enforcement should be the most one.
I think the wamesikia Kenya Dairy Board you need to do something. Education.
I think we have held high a culture of cutting shortcuts. We've gone to cut shortcuts everywhere, but cutting is, we always say cheap is expensive. Yeah. You have sold me your way into being a milk vendor, but in the real sense, you have impacted negatively to 10,000 people. Because they tell me how many households daily want to consume milk. Very many. Everyone wants milk. And people, because of that, actually people now are moved from vendors to box.
Yeah.
People want the shelf life thing. They want the carton maziwa. Because they tell people, what's a people, I have the neighbor tell me, so that perception only tells you that someone who has failed to do their job.
Yeah.
Because huyo venda akikuwa anamkanyangia macho, they couldn't do that. Like when they are told ambiwe akuje achekiwe maziwa yake randomly, ama bila kupewa notice akuje angalie maziwa. Many would feel that test.
Yeah, we have a lot of regulation bodies around. We have KEBS, we have the Kenya Dairy Board. We have a lot of people who are supposed to guide. We even have the Kenya, is it Pharmacy and Prisoners Board and something? They're still part of it. So we have a lot of regulation bodies, but their roles is not felt at the farmers level. For instance, I was talking of, I'll give Muranga County as an example. Almost every farmer in Muranga has a cow. But these people don't take the milk directly to the farmers. They take them to coolers connection points. So when this enforcement is being done, the knowledge doesn't get to the farmer. It ends at the cooler. You understand? But where does the problem start? At the source. So you will understand that the cooler person understands, but the farmer does not understand. So in one way or another, we will have a contaminated product in that connection point.
Ama wengine wanaharibu sana. Mkulima ametrainiwa vizuri, lakini mimi kwenye anafanya mkulima yake hakuna transist. Anapatia mtu wa bunda, mtu wa punda. So mtu wa bunda kabla afikishe zile mazao pesha haribika. What do? They improvise.
So it's our responsibility.
Yeah. So I think it's like a whole chain of responsibility.
It's a load.
From top chain. Mtu wa kila mtu anawajibika. Lazima mahali pake. If you all agree to stand in spaces where we are supposed to stand, this country can be so great.
And actually I was saying, I think the major problem we have in the dairy industry, it's actually not even the farmer. It is these people, the guys who do the collection of milk. I don't have a cow, but I'm in the business of milk. So what is my interest here? It's money. How do I get small quantities from this person at cheaper prices? How do I multiply the quantity? And how do I sell it? And another problem is the people who have gone through the food safety trainings, or the people who call ourselves our food scientists. I don't get a better job or a decent job. So I end up in that cooler. And I know if somebody comes to check my meal, it will be bad. So what do? Prevent it before they know. Or void or fake it. Avoid the system. So at the end of the day, I'll say bad news.
Fake it.
So do you think like that's the point where the most shortcuts?
Yes. Actually, there is no shortcut in a factory. There is no shortcut. Milk gets to a factory. There's always a platform test. Not maybe to correct it, I cannot say there is absolutely no shortcut, but most of the shortcuts are reduced by the systems. The problem comes at the collection point. Understand? Before milk gets to the factory, there's a lot of things that are being done in between here. This is where preservatives are done. This is where adulteration is actually done. Before it gets to the factory, unless an intentional one, we can talk of it. But before milk goes to the factory is where there is actual problems. The transporter and the collection part. A farmer can always milk 1 liter and then go sell it, and they are satisfied with their 1 liter. But the person who buys the 1 liter, how does he make money out of the 1 liter? Then I need to add something.